some upcoming events, possibly at in Portland, to try to get together, do some live broadcasting from there at the concert. So, yeah, this is a. Sorry about all that jumbling around. I didn't realize it was coming up this quick because I've never done it this way before. So I'm on my phone right now. I'm broadcasting live streaming, as they say. I call it broadcasting. I'm an old guy, aren't I? And anyway, just checking to make sure all this is working good. Trying to get a little practice in and trying to figure out the best way to do everything. So right now, what we got is my dogs. They are having a good time here tonight. And boy, my teeth are not that good. So, yeah, we're going to, in Portland, we may be putting together a live stream event for anybody that's going to that concert. And for those that aren't, hopefully you can join us and feel like you're a part of the event. I would love to do that if we can pull it off. So we'll see how that's going to work out. And keep an eye out for more of these little practice videos, just for fun, you know. That's it. I'm a fun kind of guy, honestly. It might seem like I'm a little boring because all I do is videos, but I think they're kind of fun doing the videos too myself. And that'll do it. So we're gonna go live here periodically with some little short videos, have a little fun, and if anybody wants to chat in, please do. And that, you know, I'm willing to chat. Now, I'm only going to be on here for a few more minutes unless I get involved in the chat because I've got to go take my doggies for a walk. And I just wanted to see, I was exploring my options here on the phone and saw that I could do this, and it looks like it's relatively easy, and it actually is. So that's all good. All that stuff is good news. So I can live stream right from Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and I'll probably do it on several different platforms just to make sure everybody gets a chance to see it. And that will do it. And if you're planning on attending the event, if you'd like to be a participant, we'll get out more information so you guys know what's going on. Right now we're trying to do something before the event, and after a gathering is planned from 2 to 5 at the Gas and Light Company, I think it's called, Portsmouth Gas and Light Company. A little gathering venue there. And I think we're going to do it right after that. We're going to do something. And everybody's welcome to attend. Everybody's welcome to participate. I think you're going to like it, and I know I am excited because trying to capture something live like that is maybe a little bit challenging, but I think that I'd love to do it for those that can't be there because I've missed a lot of things myself because I couldn't be there for one reason or another. And I always feel like, left out. There we go. So, great. Hey, Steve, thanks, man. I don't know if I can answer back or not. I've never done this, but yeah, thanks, Steve, for chiming in. I'm not sure when I'm going to go to Portsmouth yet. I may go a little early. Because it's only a 6.5, 7 hour drive, I was thinking about just leaving early in the morning. Problem with that is I'll be facing right into the sun the whole drive because I'm going to be heading due east. And but that's fine. I can manage through that somehow. The other and then when I get there, I'm sure I'll find things to entertain myself. I like traveling and visiting other places, so it should be a lot of fun. Only 7 hours for you? Yeah, well, it's about the same distance, I guess. Yeah, I don't mind a 7 hour drive. That's nothing. I used to drive to Florida every year. That's a 24-hour drive if you drive straight through. If you stop a lot, it's a lot longer. Depends on where you're going in Florida, too. Florida's a long state. So driving is not a big issue. I was just talking to a fellow today at the marina who is very familiar with Portsmouth, New Hampshire. I asked him about the place, and he said it's a beautiful place. It's not too far from the water. New Hampshire has about 16 miles of coastline. Other than that, it's Massachusetts and Maine. On either side of them, they have the coastline. And it's apparently a very beautiful place. He's familiar with the music hall. Says it's a beautiful place too. And the whole Portsmouth itself is a beautiful place. So I can't wait to get there. Sounds like it's going to be, at least, if nothing else, charming. 7 hours from Iceland? Yeah, that's a trip. You're not driving that one. Unless the ocean freezes over. Yeah, well, that's good. Well, it'll be nice to see you there. I don't know if you guys know. Hang on a second. I don't know if you guys know there's kind of a gathering taking place at. Let me get the particulars for you. Got that right here. Just a second. Won't take long. I got to pull it up real quick. There it is. Yeah. So Robert told me that there is a gathering of angels meeting at the Portsmouth Gas and Light Company from 2 to 5, September 22nd. And I'm planning on attending that, probably. That may be where I spend most of my time anyway. I was originally going to set up my own little thing, but I'm kind of a new guy at YouTube, so I know I've got a nice group of subscribers and so on, and I appreciate that, guys, for you doing that. And I'd like to meet as many of you as I can while I'm there. I don't want to get, if people are in too many places and nobody knows where to go, really, right? So I think I'm just going to go to this one, probably stay there for the most part. If it gets too crowded or I feel like I should move on, then I will. But the other thing I want to do is I think what we're planning to do is something probably immediately following this. And because the concert starts at 8, so we got, a few hours. And this venue, I believe, is close to the venue for the concert. And we're planning on doing something like really near the concert. So, yeah, hopefully it'll turn out. Like to see y'all there. I don't believe the tickets. I think Troy God of War is asking how much are they going to be, and is it sold out? Actually, I may have an opportunity for you to get a ticket if you want one. If they are sold out, I just heard about one that became available, and yeah, it's not. The last I knew, it wasn't sold out. I haven't checked it lately. Actually, I can check it right now because I got it up here on, I bookmarked the site for checking it. Let me see if I can find that for you real quick. And I'll keep on talking so you guys don't get bored in tears while I'm out here looking for that. I don't know if I can talk. I don't know if I can talk and look for that at the same time. Isn't that something? Here it is. So, yeah, I think actually another viewer, we were just conversing earlier today, and he says he's got a ticket available. I should give him a holler and tell him I got somebody interested. I don't know how much he wants for it. I probably would prefer to put you two in touch with each other, then you can make arrangements. That would probably be the easiest thing to do overall instead of having a middleman. So why don't you, hey Troy, send me, my email address is actually on my page. It's over in the info section, I think, or something like that. It's Steve Callaway 111@gmail.com. That's Steve Callaway, all A, Callaway 111@gmail.com. Email me your name, then I'll have your email address. If you wouldn't mind, you can email me your phone number, and I'll put you in touch with the other fellow that has a ticket available. He ended up getting an upgraded ticket, so he's got one available that he'd like to actually sell. So that's going to work out just great. So I'm looking at the site right now. I don't know if you can see it. Let me turn this around. There's a site called the Music Hall MySalesforceSites.com, and this is called An Evening with Angelina Jordan, and it tells you what seats are available and how much they are. And there's still seats available. They're in different places all spread around out there. So let me see if I can turn the phone around. How come I can't do that real easy? No. Usually you can do this stuff real easy. I guess not on this. Sorry about that. So I don't know why I can't turn the phone around, but let me do it this way then. I'm going to turn it this way and see if I can get in the picture. There is the seating arrangement, and you can see the seats that are available up there. Now, the other fellow that has a seat available, I believe his section is over in here somewhere, not too far from the front. Actually, my seat's right back in here. I'm on the last part of this section. So, yeah, let me give you that site again. themusichall.my.salesforce-sites.com. That's themusichall.my.salesforce-sites.com. Or you can just look up the music hall. That's how I found it. And it says an evening with Angelina Jordan, and then that pulls up the seating chart for that particular event. And that'll tell you, that shows you all the seats that are available, how much they cost. There's all different price ranges. And if you call this other guy that has a ticket, maybe you guys can make a special deal. His seat is a really good seat. I'm tempted to offer a ticket myself, but I kind of like where I am for other reasons. I like being on the aisle. I'm back on basically a corner, and I think I'm going to be moving around a lot, so I don't want to be caught in the middle somewhere. But anyway, so that's it. I hope that helps you out. Send me your email, and I'll send you and your phone number on the email. When you send it on the email, what happens is nobody can get it from there. It's private, and they don't let you come into my email and do anything. Matter of fact, I lost my password, and I can't get in. I couldn't get in there. I had to redo everything. So, yeah. Hi, Gary Watterson from Australia. Nice to see you. Thanks for chiming in. Okay, sorry about that, Troy. Yeah, I don't know why it's not sold out either. I really couldn't tell you. I don't understand it. So yeah, there's still seats available. Couldn't tell you why. Couldn't tell you how. I got my seat way back in May. I guess I didn't have to rush. And when I went to get it, all the seats in front of me were blocked. I think I got the closest seat I could get at the time, and now they opened those up, which is fine. I guess I don't know how they do seats and stuff like that. Well, I'm sorry you couldn't plan. I'm sorry you didn't have enough news to plan that ahead. But we're going to try to capture. I'm planning on trying to do a live stream and capture the essence and the energy of the crowd. So we'll see how that goes. That's going to be my first out of town live stream attempt, and hopefully everything will go just fine. I can see by doing this on my phone right now that if anywhere I can get some Wi-Fi, I'm in business. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to be in pretty good shape with it. And all I got to do is lean up against the building with Wi-Fi. We'll figure that out. What is it, the hotspot thing? I don't know what that is, but I'll look into it tomorrow and I'll find out. So if I have to do something like that, I will. I don't know what it is. And that's that. So we're planning on doing something. If you guys are there, if anybody's going to go to the concert, yeah, Steve. You hope she does more concerts in Europe. Me too. And you know what? I hope I can find a way to get there when it's in Europe, because I love Europe. I've been to a number of places, and attending an Angelina concert there would be like a dream come true, wouldn't it? So yeah, I would love that. Who was there an artist one time that did an event at the Colosseum in Rome? I think there was. I don't remember who it was. And I don't know what kind of shape that's in. I was there at the Coliseum 2010. I think I was there. So it's a while ago now. And I don't know what kind of condition it's in and what's going on there. They do different types of restorations there, I think. And when I was there was no way we were having a concert there, because they didn't have the whole floor of the thing was gone pretty much, or in repair. And wouldn't that be a great concert, right? Or even take it up onto the Spanish Steps. Have Angelina, she could be right at the top where she belongs, right at the top of the steps. And we could all filter down through the steps and be listening to her. I kind of like that visual. There's also the, that's for Italy, of course, and Rome. There's lots of places. Europe is beautiful. It's got a lot of dramatic scenery, and not like where I am. It's beautiful too, but it's a different kind of beautiful. Our mountains here are kind of round because they've been around for a while, and out west, out in California, out in the Rocky Mountains, they're pointy. That's how I always think of a mountain as being kind of pointy with snow on top. And I know Europe has those. Because when we drove across Italy in the middle of June, we drove by mountains with snow on top of them all over the place. So it's a nice mountainous country. Yeah, Troy, you make a good point, with Angelina. Because I've noticed, I talk to people all the time. I bring it up in conversation. I brought it up today in a conversation with a guy who was telling me about Portsmouth. And then I said, yeah, I'm going to a concert up there. You ever hear Angelina Jordan? Anytime I get a chance to bring up Angelina, I bring up Angelina. Never heard of her. Most of the people have never heard of her. There's a few that saw her on America's Got Talent. And that was in 2013. So that's 10 years ago. No, she was 13 when she went there. So it was 4 years ago. Well, still, that's a long time. And nobody's heard of her. Why is that? Well, I think her mom and her parents didn't want her to get too involved in stuff until she was out of school. So they wanted her to have as normal a childhood and as normal a life as possible. Great idea. I have to say they've done a magnificent job raising Angelina. She's a great person and a great talent. And she seems very grounded and very based. And I hope she stays that way. Celebrity can do crazy things to you. And I don't think Angelina has any need or want for money in particular. So that's good. That won't drive her into doing things. But, she seems like a solid person, too, which I think is really great. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the lack of attendance. I wouldn't say lack of attendance there. There's seats available. There's not a lot of them available. But, I think it's, when you become a fan of Angelina, you can't imagine why anybody wouldn't want to go see her, right? And you also can't imagine why anybody wouldn't want to listen to her songs. But there's a lot of people who don't know about her. They really don't. And there's a lot of people. So could she fill up a huge stadium? I don't know if she could at this point. Not right now. But I think it's coming. So we just got to keep helping promote Angelina. That's kind of one of the reasons I started my channel. And I just started it back in March. Posted my first video March 3rd. And so I'm coming up, September 3rd will be my 6-month anniversary. And I started it, and I did a spaghetti method where I threw a bunch of ideas up against the wall to see what would stick. And the only thing that got any traction was Angelina videos, which I wanted to do anyway. So that worked out perfect. And, yeah, that's a good idea, Robert. To try to promote AJ on college stations up in New England. And most of the people have not heard of Angelina Jordan. They don't know who she is. And she's not getting any radio playtime, so they're not going to find out from the radio. Not that anybody listens to the radio anymore. I don't know if people do or not. I do in my car, but that's about it. And I'm not really necessarily listening. It's more background noise. But I think Angelina's voice would catch my ear if I heard it on there. I know it would now because I know who she is, but beforehand, would it? I think so. How do you know, right? So, yeah, that's a good idea, Robert, because I think college kids might be a little more open to a diversity in their musical taste. I'm not really sure of that, but I think so. Yeah, I guess radio still has, quite a big following. I just don't know. I base a lot of things on my experience. I'm not really a great avid radio listener. But just in my car when I'm driving to work, I drive 7 minutes to drive to work and back every day. And I usually have the radio on, not all the time. Sometimes I'm listening to other things on my phone, YouTube videos and such as that, which I'm not supposed to be doing when I'm driving, but I do it anyway. You got to have a little risk in life, right? So, yeah, and so whenever I'm so shocked. Now, when I say I talk about Angelina all the time, yeah, Steve, you were asking a question if our TV shows being affected by the actor strikes. I got to be honest with you. I don't think I've watched any of the regular TV in maybe years. I used to, before I got involved in doing Angelina videos, I used to watch YouTube videos almost all the time, just surfing, I have a wide variety of interests, so anything that would pop up that would catch my interest. That's how I found Angelina. One day her video popped up. I put a spell on you. I watched it, and I've been down. It was 6 years ago, so I'm still there. Um, yeah, Steiner's Steiner says that there not a lot of people know Angelina in Norway either. I really think just because they wanted to keep Angelina's life as normal as possible for as long as possible, and I think that's okay. I think that's probably a good move. Uh, the independent station is nonprofit, focused more on quality music. Yeah, that's right, Robert. I think that's what I was trying to say. I didn't articulate it very well. I think that college stations, yeah, a lot of them are a lot more music oriented. Maybe even a lot of them are going to college for some kind of musical field. And um, the actor strike, actually, there was some speculation that one of the reasons it took Angelina's the EP to come out, one of the reasons was because of the actor strike, because it was tying a lot of things up. Whether or not that's true, I don't know, but it makes a certain amount of sense because there's a lot of unions in those related fields, and then one union likes to stick up for the other union. Sometimes they don't always get along, but sometimes they do. And if it comes to, I don't know what the union strike was even about, whether it was about money or rights to things or what else. It could be a lot of things, I suppose. Could be everything. Could be all the above, but I don't know that for a fact. And that's what I heard. I have no connections in that industry at all, so I couldn't tell you for a fact. So back to, yeah, I think, Grandma Mary and Mom Sarah and Uncle Mike, I think they're probably pretty much the dream team, right? Right? They take care of Angelina, make sure she's safe. They try to do things the right way. I know it seems like Mike's security, Sarah's negotiations, and Mary's just right there always. So there's somebody there. Yeah, Steiner said that not too many people know Angelina in Norway even, which is kind of weird. That because she's from Norway. I had heard that from some other people too from Norway that not a lot of people know her there. Yeah, not a lot of people know her here. So Steiner says that not many of her EP songs have been played in Norway on radio channels to this day. She is not popular. I am a huge fan, but most people don't know about her. Well, they don't know about her here either, Steiner. I'm telling you. I talk to people everywhere I go. I was standing in Walmart today earlier. I was buying some stuff. I don't even remember what I was buying. I think I ran out of bananas and a couple other. Oh, the dogs hit like these snacky bones. I get them. They were getting low on those, and I heard that peanuts and cashews are good for my enlarged prostate, so I bought some cashews and peanuts, that sort of thing. Some meat for the dogs. I feed them an all meat diet, so I'm always going there. Every other day I'm going for meat. And I'm standing in line. There's somebody in front of me and there's somebody behind me, and guess what they're going to learn about? They're going to learn about Angelina because I'm going to ask something. I'm going to say, oh, yeah. Oh, it's such a nice day today, too. I was listening to radio on the way over here, and heard a few songs. It reminded me of this girl that I know, Angelina Jordan. You ever hear of her? Great singer, and blah, blah, blah. I try to always kind of weasel it into a conversation wherever I can. And I've been doing pretty good at it. And I think, Troy God of War, I think that's a concern. That's a concern of mine, too. I mean, I even thought about this concert, I hope the security is tight. We live in a crazy world in a crazy country. And, I'm just concerned, I haven't been to a big gathering place in a long time, just not because I'm afraid of anything. It's just that as you get older, you don't really like the crowds that much. I heard that from this guy too, the guy talking about Portsmouth. And he heard about Angelina in return. And, well, it's dangerous. We live in a dangerous world. There's no way to get around that one. And, yeah, isn't there? That's Steve. Yeah, that's right. Nobody's heard of her. Nobody. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't count how many people I talked to, but I talk to people all the time, and I don't really get repeat customers. They're all just random people that I run into, and yeah, nobody's heard of Angelina. I can't believe it. I guess they don't watch YouTube videos, or they never saw one that caught their attention, or I don't know what. You know, I think Adair makes a good point. Republic Records is exposing Angelina to a lot of influential musicians, like the one we just did earlier today, and yeah, she's written that lady. I can't remember her name now. I don't know these kind of people, but she's written songs for, oh, I don't know, Whitney Houston, Lady Gaga, a whole litany of famous people. And the song that I did earlier, posted a video on it earlier today, I think. And yeah, it's a beautiful song. It really is. Angelina sang it with her, and she seemed pretty impressed with Angelina. So yeah, I think Republic Records has the resources to do it right. And I don't think they're really not pushing, but maybe they don't want to push just yet. I don't know. You know, maybe it's time. Maybe we got to let Angelina's popularity grow from the grassroots way, but you got to get her out there somehow. But I think taking the time is a good way. So Steve says, so weird. She's so talented. It doesn't seem possible how unknown she is, but I hope her organic growth will be as strong as anything record promotions could do. Yeah, well, that's what I was just saying. Steve, I think that too. I think it's better if there's a groundswell rather than you try to force it on, jam it down people's throats. That's the stuff they got to sell with the girls acting trashy and dressing with, half their clothes are gone and sexy lyrics and all that. You know, I love girls and women, and men and women should be together, and they should make more men and women, I guess, or boys and girls. So, but I love women, and women are women, not but. Women are women, men are men. This is the way I look at the world. I'm old-fashioned. I'm old. Okay, I get it. I got to catch up with the times, right? But she, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I just hope that the fame doesn't do anything bad for her. So Robert says, Diane Warren. Yeah, I forgot her name. I think Republic will promote AJ when the time is right. I think Robert, I guess we just got to trust, don't we? AJ is a genius. I think her family's done a wonderful job up to this point, and I don't have any reason to believe it won't really go past this point. And then you got Republic Records, they've been doing this for a while, and they're the biggest. I think they're one of the biggest in the industry. So they've got the resources. And what's his name? Chris Christie, right? That plays the piano sometimes. Is it Chris? I think so. I can't remember. Boy, I got a memory problem, man. Christie, I got Christie right. I know that's his last name. He's one. I think he's pretty well in with Republic Records. I don't know what his position is, but I think he's up there. And he's I can tell he's a diehard Angelina fan, man. To be there Christmas Eve doing that show, or Christmas, right before Christmas, you tell me. And I think Troy says less fame has kept her head straight. Yeah, I think that's part of it. Steve 1711 says Republic seems to be holding back. Yeah, I think that's true too. And Adair says when she comes out with a full LP, Republic Records will probably push that. Yeah, well, at that point, they got enough invested. They probably need to push it at some point, I would guess. And pushing records is the thing with pushing records is, I think most records get way better sales if there's an associated tour that goes along with it. So then the game is afoot. That's when things really start to hit. And then Angelina, who's used to being on the road and doing a lot of shows, that's when she'll be tested as to how much does she really love music. And I'm a fan. I'm not going anywhere. I don't care what happens. I want her to be successful. I want her dreams all to come true. That I want. If anything bad happens along the way, I'm not leaving her. Okay, I'm the last guy to abandon ship. So that's in my nature, and my whole life's been proof of that. And I'm not saying it's a good thing either. I'm just saying it is what it is. Sometimes you can't fight your nature. So Steiner says her time will come. She is too good to be overlooked. once she started expanding, no one can stop her. That's what I believe. Yeah, that's true. I believe it too. I think someday Angelina's going to sing for the whole world like her dream is. I believe that. And I want that to happen because I think the world needs to hear Angelina. If Angelina can just touch a small percentage of people like she touches me and you guys that are here, that's why we're here. I think a lot of us, we've been touched by Angelina. Our hearts and our souls have been touched. And if that can happen, I just think the whole world's going to step up a notch in our humanities. That's my belief, and that's my dream for Angelina, and that's my dream, that somehow we can leave the world a little better place than we found it. And if Angelina is the one to be the beacon of hope that brings that about, that is a beautiful thing. I can't think of a better candidate to do that. I'm not it. I don't have that much to bring to the table. I'm just doing my small part in the way that I can. But I'm, it's only so much, right? And Steve says that Troy got a word. Somehow I think she remains steady and grounded, and even when Fane finds her, she's always been way more emotionally mature than her age, has a strong and loving family. I believe that too, Steve. That's been my belief. I've been trying to say it. Rob Christie, thank you very much. I had it wrong. Not afraid to admit my mistake. Rob Christie. Sorry, where did I come with Chris Christie? I don't know where that came from. You need lots of quality tunes in the vault ready when the demand is there. I think she's got them, Robert. This EP, she says she wrote over 100 songs and picked these 6 out of that 100 or something, over 100. If they're anything all like this, I think all 6 of those songs could be the one. A lot of people that write songs, sing songs, and perform songs, some of them are always surprised at the ones that make it and the ones that don't. Their favorites don't ever make it anywhere oftentimes. And then the ones that, they think are like, whatever, those end up being the ones that bust the charts, right? And that's it. Troy got a word. Yes, I know, Steve, but fame is very dangerous. Yeah, I know, Troy. I understand. How many people have we seen fall? And people that seemed like they were okay, really, but you don't know the behind the scenes stuff. I'm just hoping that, I'm really just hoping that Angelina. Oh, how you doing, Donna? What's going on? Did I miss you somewhere, Donna? Is that the first time that you were in? I don't know. Okay. Talk to you later, Donna. You've been a good commenter lately. It's been nice talking with you. Robert Palmer. Steve Ackerman, Robert Palmer. About 100 songs already written. Adair, she has already recorded the other songs, like for her LP. It's in production. Robert. Commercial radio is pay to play. You got to have everything ready when the push is made. I hate to see her turning out a lot of crap just to meet the demand. I think there's a lot more good music coming. Yeah, I haven't heard any crap yet, Robert. Nothing that I think's bad. Not heard the stuff that she's done. And actually not anything, not even any of the covers, honestly. Some I like more than others, but her voice is just it's her voice. It's her and her voice. That's the thing. So I don't think it really matters necessarily what she does. Now, could she turn out a couple of bombs? If she doesn't, it would be a miracle. You can't. I used to use the example of Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth struck out 3 times more often than he hit home runs, but he's known for hitting home runs. Nobody ever brings up the strikeouts, right? Because he swung for the fences most of the time. He wasn't one of these guys that would go for the base hit. He was he would swing for the fences, and that's what he was known for. And he was, what can you say? So even Angelina hitting home run after home run after home run, could she hit a triple one time? Maybe. I haven't seen it yet. Could she hit a double? Maybe. Could she strike out? Yeah, maybe. Maybe it could happen. I would think that might be more likely to happen later on down the road. She's already been doing this for, if you use NGT as a starting point, which she was actually doing before then. NGT started in, it was 2014, so we're 6, 7, 8, 9 years in. And she's only turning 18 soon, so more than half her life she's been doing all this stuff. I think she's going to hang in there, and like you said, Robert, I think she's very grounded. She has a great family. They're very strong. They're very protective of her, and you might expect her to rebel at some point, which is normal. But Is that going to get that bad? I don't know. I don't think she's really bound to her grandmother. I hope nothing happens to Mary because Mary's, I think, her rock, and I know she's very tight with her mother too. I'm not saying anything bad about Sarah because Sarah is there right there, and Uncle Mike, he's right there. So yeah, if they do a world tour, I don't know how they're going to promote it. I think they're going to have, how I guess I would promote it if I was promoting it, and I'm not a promoter, is I would let the music do the talking, to be honest with you. And the way I might promote it would be like fan reactions, like people like us, get a reaction to a new song or a new EP or whatever it might be, and catch us in the moment. That's why going to Portsmouth doing a live stream to me is important, because I think anybody that I would like everybody to feel like I'm going to feel when I go there. And if I can catch that moment somehow, that's going to be great. Yeah, Robert, I agree. I already said that on the videos that I did. Every one of the songs is a masterpiece. They stand alone. They should all be in the musical Louvre on their own pedestal in a separate little alcove, okay? That's what I think, along with a lot of other things Angelina has done. It's not the only stuff. But every one of those a winner in our eyes. Of course, we're fans and we're biased. But you listen to those songs, man, those are... Like I said, I think it's a whole new genre of music, and I'm going to keep saying it. I don't know what we should call it, but you try to put a label on that music. It's not country, it's not rock and roll, it's not pop, all of it. It's kind of pop-y, but it's not, I wouldn't call it pop. It's kind of jazzy, but I wouldn't call it jazz. And, I think, what was it? Spotify tried to label it, and they had to use like 2 or 3 different descriptions. Says, think he will be an opening act for someone much better known as the first set of concerts. Yeah, maybe, Steve. That happens too. I don't know if I told you guys this, but I had maybe some of you saw it, maybe some of you didn't. One of my dreams for Angelina, what I think would be really great, going back to that world message thing and get as many people as possible. And I would like to see Angelina do a charity fundraiser, likening it to... what was the ones they did back, those great big ones? Live Aid. And there was another one. I forget the name of it now. Where they tried to get a global audience together and raise funds for helping different charities. Mostly helping children and the needy and the famine in Africa and all that kind of stuff. And they had some really huge audience, over 1 billion. And the planet didn't have as many as we got now. Now we got over 1 billion, 8 billion. Back then, I think we were down around 5 or 6 billion, but it doesn't matter. Still a lot of people, right? And I would like to see her, or Republic Records, or a combination of her, Angelina's team and Republic Records, and whoever else she needs to help her, get together and try to set up a global event, a fundraiser for children. If you want to, we can make it specifically so they all get shoes, okay? But it could be for food or shelter or just to help children or anybody that's in need, any country in the world. And try to raise money. People give money away to all kinds of different charities and things like that just to give it away. There's some people that got so much money they don't know what to do with it, right? And they donate to charity to get maybe sometimes tax relief and such as that. Who cares why? If you're the charity that's getting the money and you need it, then it doesn't really matter the reasons necessarily. You would hope it was altruistic, but it might not be. But anyway, have Angelina and her people set up a global event where you try to reach every device, every person on the planet with the ability to watch this concert. It's a fundraiser. So you ask people that have the ability to donate. And it doesn't mean that people are scratching around trying to come up with $5. Yes, if you want to donate and that's all you can come up with, donate it, okay? But the rich people, come on, dig deep, man. Let's do something good for the world. And have her do that. And then part of that would be to have, and this is what they did, I think, I don't remember which one it was, Live Aid or one of them, is they had like a major stage set up, like I don't remember the cities, but I think it might have been New York, LA, London. I don't know if there's anything over in Asia or not. I don't remember. It might have been Tokyo. I think Tokyo was in it. Don't remember exactly. But anyway, they had different stages across the globe set up. And then they had guests come and perform. In that case, they didn't really have necessarily like an MC that was running the show, but they had different performers come, and there was a lot of them. And they were good, top level, top tier. And there's a lot of really great performers that love to get involved in charity things. So have Angelina do that. And how would you like to hear this? Angelina and Sting singing Fields of Gold. How would you like to hear that together? You tell me. How about, let's pick some other ones. Oh, Adele. Angelina and Adele. You pick a song, it doesn't matter. Okay, Mary Had a Little Lamb. I wouldn't care what it was. Okay, Angelina and Adele side by side, trying to raise money for charity. Something Angelina is very familiar with. Who else? Pick some artists. There's a ton of them out there. Oh, Angelina calls it jazzy pop. That'll work. I'll go with whatever Angelina says. She knows better than I do. Robert, FIFA USA 2026. Yeah, she already did FIFA. That's a global stage for sure. Celine Dion and Angelina Jordan. Oh, wow. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that? I can't. Who else? Well, you can name them. Miley Cyrus is still out there singing. What about Angelina and who's that tall girl out of Canada? She's real popular. Oh boy, it's terrible to be old and you can't remember anything. She just came out with a new record too, I think, or a new album. Oh, and she's so popular and I can't think of her name. You guys must know. Somebody must know out there. The tall blonde girl. She's pretty thin too, and she's really popular. I can't think of her name. Her and Angelina. Who else? Who else can we get out there? I'm trying to think. There's got to be more. Wait, a ton more. I mean, I wouldn't even be opposed to Angelina going out there singing with anybody, such as maybe like Dimash. Go out there and sing with all these other singers that are kind of popular. I don't know, who is it? Laura Fabian. I think she's still singing. There's Lucy Thomas. What's that other girl's name? Lainey Gardner. You know, there's a bunch of really good singers. How about Aurora, her country mate? There's a lot of people out there. Oh, and Sissel. I don't know if Sissel's still around. What about Cecilia from Norway? I got her on my playlist, Amazing Grace. She does the most. She does a version of Amazing Grace. First of all, Cecilia has a bell tone quality voice, which is a little unusual. And she does a version of Amazing Grace where she has humpback whales singing in the background. Now, if you've never heard anything like that before, you go listen to that on my playlist. It's on usually on the bottom of my playlist, and it says Amazing Grace is all it says. And that is a beautiful song. And you can't, that's one of those kind of songs that can't be replicated because she somehow got humpback whales and mixed it in with her voice, and it was just beautiful. So, see, I listen to other stuff other than Angelina. I first heard that song probably 20 years ago. It's still one of my favorites. Jazzy pop. Yeah, okay. Jazzy pop works. Angelina's here in Norway working on Cork. I don't know exactly what they're doing, but I know it'll be great. Yeah, they get along. You know, her and Cork really work well together. Sing the duet of My Heart on the Titanic. Yeah. Anything, really. Can't wait for the Cork music to come out. Glad to see this from Steve. Glad to see Steve Ackerman. Maybe she'll get the right one. Steve just going back to the record with an orchestra. Yeah. Her voice is made for an orchestra, I think. Adair, you're talking about a Jerry Lewis type telethon. Just think if she could get all the people she's done covers and sing duets with them. That's what I'm talking about right there. All of them and more. Do some new ones too. Why not? Get them out there, and you know, maybe even some new talents. Yeah, like me. You know, wrong answer. Not me. I don't think I wouldn't. I don't think I would let her invite me on a stage with her to sing. It would be too much for her. Taylor Swift, you got it. Troya God of War got he wins the prize. Ding, 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 ding. Taylor Swift is who I was thinking of exactly. How about, what's that other lady from Canada that was popular there a while back? She's still singing? Shania Twain. Is she still out there? You know, we know Angelina can sing any genre, so it doesn't matter which one. Oh, Nora Jones. Remember Angelina when she was little sang with Nora Jones? Have her back. Have Nora back for Angelina's fundraising event. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that event in, I think it was Seoul. Maybe was there another one in Tokyo? I don't know which one was which. I think one of them was a fundraiser too, I believe. Shania had some great songs. Dolly Parton. Oh my God. I can't even imagine it. Can you? Angelina? Well, first of all, Dolly Parton, as I understand it, is quite short. So Dolly's head might come up to Angelina's waist. That's going to be embarrassing. You have to get her something to stand on. I'm not making fun of her. Hey, if you're short, you're short. If you're tall, you're tall. There's nothing you can do about it. And that's okay. But Dolly's, she's quite a character. She's a fundraiser too. Why not? Why not do that? There's a lot of people out there. Dolly Parton. Oh, that's a good one. Adair, you the man. Robert Palmer. AJ has to build her own brand first on her own terms. That's what she's working on. Yeah, that's true. You know, we can't jump the gun. I just thought a fundraiser. If you could get people behind a fundraiser, it might be too early for that too. I don't know if the world could come together for something like that right now. Maybe. It seems like there's a lot of discord right now. It'd be nice to bring them together a little bit closer and then put them together, you know? Oh, she was with Robert. She was with Shania Twain. Yeah, I didn't watch the Grammys. I quit watching all them shows a while ago. I probably should get back to watching them again. It all started with the football kneeling. I was done. No more football, okay? I'm not having the kneeling for the American flag, period. I'm just not having it. There's no reason, unless you have to kneel for some reason. There's no reason. Yeah, the 40,000 in Seoul. Yeah, that's right. It was a vaccination event. Yeah, it was a charity for that, I think, or raising awareness. You know Gabrielle, a British singer? I do not know Gabrielle, a British singer. I've never heard of her until just now, Troy. I haven't been watching other YouTube videos for some time now. I pretty much just look for Angelina's videos. And, of course, I look for mine, too, just to see if they're out there. And, you know, every once in a while, something else will catch my eye. But, yeah, I don't listen to... You know, the thing is, the reason I listen to Angelina is because she's the only singer ever in my whole life that has touched my heart and my soul consistently the way Angelina does. Other singers have touched my heart and soul on rare occasions and usually at special events. But just a random song and she touches my heart and my soul? No. Nobody like that. Yeah, I'll check it out, Troy. I'll check out anything. I'll check out Gabrielle. So Steiner's checking it out. He's the watchdog on this one, or what do you call it? The hound dog, right? He's going to hound dog it out. This one that is the closest. Dolly and Angelina singing "I Will Always Love You." Oh boy, yeah. The one Steiner, the one that is closest to Angelina's voice is Xenadelphia. I thought it actually was Angelina who sang from the song "Cosmos." That's from Steiner. Troy got a war. I'll leave it in the comment on this video. Okay, great. So for an unannounced live stream, I guess I want to thank you guys for stopping in and chatting. It's been kind of fun. I actually scheduled a live stream for 8:30 tonight on my end. I don't think it shows up out there anywhere. I don't even know why I scheduled it. And it doesn't get, I don't think there's any promotion to it or anything. But I may let this suffice for tonight and come back and maybe do something later. What I was going to do at 8:30 was I was going to do my 9th audition video, and that's that. Steve C and Steve A are still looking for a sound system for their sing along. Yeah, we got a plan B, but if we can put out something a little bit more higher level, we'd like to do that. But if we can't, we'll do something a little bit lower level. So we're going to do something. Bye, Steiner. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. See you on the next one. And yeah, we're trying to set something up, Robert. I hope we can get something pulled off. I would really desperately like to try to capture the moment and make sure everybody gets a chance to experience it with the rest of us, for those that can't make it. And, you know, that's another way of trying to get the word out, right? Maybe somebody will stumble on the video, never seen it before, and they'll like what they hear. Gabrielle has been going since 1993. This year she's going on a major tour in the UK and Europe. Yeah, sometimes it takes a while to build up steam. I think that's what Robert's talking about. You know, and try to take it, rather build it up strong and steady rather than have a flash in the pan kind of thing. Where are you at, Robert? Where are you from? Where do you live at? Yeah, I'm sure I will, Troy. Thanks. If if you're an Angelina fan and you put Gabriel in the same category, well, I don't know. It sounds like a sure bet, right? Oh, that's right, Steve. Yeah, I guess it isn't the equipment that's the problem because we can. I guess we could get our hands on it, but they won't. They don't want us to use it. Yeah, Steve's doing a lot of work. He's really poking around trying to find something, and then we came up with. I think we've got kind of a loose idea on a plan B and a plan C, at least a plan B. So I really hope we can pull something off. And you know what? What we're doing right now, just like this, I could do this. You know, get a few people standing around and we'll just go at it. You know, it's better than nothing. But I'd rather do something on a bigger scale, just so that it's got a lot more energy when it's got more people, generally speaking. Yeah, yeah, Th- Pittsburgh. Yeah, thanks, Robert. That's pretty close by. I think from my house, probably what, 4 hours, maybe give or take, maybe 5. New York City's about 6, so yeah, probably that. So again, yes, thanks, Steiner. Yeah, I'm gonna give that a listen. And who's the other one that I already forgot? Right? I wonder, do these things stay on the screen or do I got to write them down? Maybe I better write them down. I got to turn the lights on. It got dark here. Oh yeah, that's better. Come over here to my notepad. Gabrielle. Out of reach. And Xenodelphia. Xenodelphia is Steiner. Gabrielle is Troy, God of War. Okay, I got those written down. I don't know, Steiner. That'd be a tough one for me, honestly. Wow, Robert, you got stuff. Steiner, I don't know if you know this or not, but on my channel, generally speaking, the only other singers I put on the channel, generally speaking, are ones that Angelina has some association with, has done a cover of, or something like that. Um, and the reason is that I am a extremely biased Angelina fan, and it's tough for me to listen to other people because I know I've got biased and I can't get rid of it. I don't want to get rid of it, and then I can't really approach a new singer with a lot of neutrality. So I don't want to be unfair to another singer. I don't want to make any comment that I don't that's out of hand. And uh, Angelina has set the bar pretty high, so I will listen to other people. I can't promise you what my opinion will be, but because you like it and because you like Angelina, I would say that you're a person of good taste. So it's likely that it's probably well worth listening to. But uh, as far as I just don't want to compare to Angelina because there is no comparison. I can't believe that anybody else out there is going to be able to touch my heart and soul like Angelina's done it. Now I could be wrong. But I don't know that I will be. Steve Ackerman, awesome, Robert Palmer. We'll definitely let you know if we can find a place lined up and allow it. Okay, great. Got a good connection there, and geographically not too bad. Yeah, well, that's what I think, Steiner. I think that it isn't just the voice; it's all the extras she has. And I think a lot of it too is because she's such a good person that that can never get out of my head. She's a good person. I'm not saying these other singers aren't good people. I don't know them. Okay, I don't know how they present themselves. I don't know what kind of life they've had. I don't know where they're at in their life. And all that makes a little bit of a difference because singing is personal, and who you are, I believe, comes out in the music. And that's one of the reasons why Angelina is able to touch so many people the way she does, I believe. It's because she's actually an actually genuine, loving, caring, humble person. There's not a lot of those out there. Okay, there's maybe a few, but I don't know too many of them. Yeah, Troy, that's what I'm saying. It's not just a song here and there. It's her whole life she's been singing, and it's always been good. Yeah, Steve. Steve 1711, Eva Cassidy. I did a mashup with Angelina and Eva a while ago, back in the early stages of my YouTube thing here, and I read when I was looking for an Eva Cassidy video to play Fields of Gold. What a beautiful voice she had, and I read a lot about her, a lot of biographical stuff about her, and you're exactly. I mean, you got to hit the nail right on the head. She was just on the cusp of recognition and greatness, and she died. And she died of I can't remember what it was. It wasn't like drugs, drinking, that kind of stuff. It wasn't like that. It was something else, an illness, and so tragic. And what a beautiful voice. And that I did. I don't know. I wasn't. I'm still not very good at mashup stuff, but I did what I could, and wasn't great, but they have I did the little short, that TikTok short that Angelina did, and I had to repeat it a few times because the full song was a lot longer than Angelina's TikToks. But those two voices side by side, man, I'll tell you, tears, tears. I could hardly get through the thing. It's so beautiful. And Eva did have a great voice, and it's too bad she passed away or so early. So yeah, her album I think was done when she passed away. She never heard it, unfortunately. Yeah, Linda Ronstadt's right there, Dare. You're right. Uh, she also puts a lot of emotion in her music too, in her singing, and I think it comes from an honest place. Oh, it was lung cancer, Steve? Oh man, that's a bad one too. I didn't remember it was lung cancer. Matter of fact, even with you telling me now, it doesn't ring a bell. But that's because I'm old, and I have some memory issues, I guess. I've always had them, but I'm gonna blame it on old now that I got old. Lord Daigle is pretty close too. Yeah, you're right, Troy. I think less emotion, but she has a beautiful voice. And when Angelina and Lauren sang that song, that Christmas song, or I guess it wasn't a Christmas song, but it was that Christmas concert. Man, that was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. Yeah, Steve, you're right. You know, a lot of singers never write a song. They never do. They just get them written for them, and they pick a winner, or they get somebody that's known to be to write winning songs, and then they're off and running. Uh, yeah, Angelina. I mean, what was her first one? What is life? Was that her first song? I think the guy with the cut off shirt said that that was one of her first originals, and that song and the lyrics of that song. Are you kidding me? The whole song is beautiful, the melody and everything else, and then the lyrics just struck me that a girl that young is writing lyrics like that, so deep and so true, and so to the point, and it's so simple too. You know the things about was it feeding birds with her little sisters or whatever it was? It was like her little sister. I mean, it's beautiful. It's just a beautiful thought, isn't it? We need more of that in this world, I believe. A lot more simplicity, more basics. I think that's what we need. I'm not sure. I don't know much, but I think that's what we need. Steve Ackerman. I don't think Elvis wrote either. Yeah, I think you're right. I don't believe he did either. There, Elvis only sang covers too. See, look at that. Troy got a word says no. Yeah, Steve, you're right. What is life at 10 years old? Way ahead of her age. She's always been had that mature mindset, as if she started at 25 when she got born, maybe older than that even, because some of the maturity that she has is that's way deep, man. I mean, I think there's even people now in their 40s and 50s that don't even go that deep. I think I was probably one of them, honestly. Yeah, that now melanoma. That's the one I recall. Thanks, Steve. Oh boy, that's too bad. I read that and I was in tears reading her bio to come to get right there, right at the edge, and then to be taken or lost, however you want to look at it. Too bad. Yeah, and Elvis, great songwriter. He was a performer. I've always said about Elvis, he had a good voice and he was a movie star and everything else. He was a performer. When you saw his performances, even when he got old and he could hardly do anything, he's still a performer. He's a performer above a singer, I believe. Whereas Angelina is a singer and she adds to it in small ways. She doesn't really do anything. She's not up there like Elvis getting down doing a full split and all that kind of stuff. She doesn't have to do that. Elvis did it because I think he loved performing more than he loved singing. As a matter of fact, I think he said that in an interview one time. He always felt that he was not that good of a singer, but he sure did capture everyone's attention. Elvis tried to buy "I Will Always Love You" from Dolly, but she wouldn't sell it. Dolly's a smart business lady, huh? She's just a musical genius, no question, Steve. Yeah, you got that right. Somehow she has an innate natural ability mixed with a work ethic that's beyond compare. And her family has given her every opportunity to pursue her dreams. We're talking about Angelina now. And that combination has been so powerful. You can't match it because ever since birth, I think Grandma Mary was probably singing to her in the womb, maybe even Mama Sarah, those classics, And then that's what Angelina was comfortable with. I wouldn't be surprised if Angelina would got a little fussy from time to time if they put on a little bit of Billie Holiday and it made her calm down and go to sleep. That's what she's been listening to her whole life. Can you imagine that? How do you not be good when you're around that all the time? Yeah, Steve, well, she did do one Spanish song, and I heard from some Spanish-speaking folks that she messed it up a little bit, the words, but she did reasonably well. And even the Spanish speaking people that commented, what they said to me was that she even caught the emotional Spanish parts, because the Spanish are known to be a little emotional, right? So maybe a lot emotional. They, she even caught how the Spanish speaking people feel about certain, lyrics in the song, what the song means. She even caught that, the emotion in Spanish. Go figure. So will she do more of that? I don't know if she will or not. I don't know. You're right. There's a big market in South America. Actually, I've got a number of viewers that are from South America. Some write to me in Spanish, some in Portuguese from Brazil. And yeah, you can tell there's a market. I have a lot of people from Mexico too, Spanish-speaking folks, and they're all welcome. I got the Google Translate, and that works great. How does Angelina know how to rap? Because Angelina is music, as the Norway judge said, and has been proven over and over again. Angelina is music. Now, she's not rap, because I don't believe that rap is actually music. That's just me. I refuse to call rap music. I think sometimes the message and the angriness of it, music has too sweet of a sound. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, there is, Steve, you are right that there is a part of that that does sound operatic. Matter of fact, in that song, I think there's everything in there. Blues, jazz, opera, what else? Boy, there's, interpretive song. There's a lot of things in there. Oh, Robert says that Angelina says she wants to do more Spanish songs. Well, there's an answer. Yeah, Troy, that's that Unchained Melody on NRK TV. How beautiful is that? And it still always strikes me that that little girl goes out there in front of a live audience, no fear. She's completely comfortable on the stage. Now, I know she's been on some stages, and that may explain it. And sometimes little kids can do things you really don't think they can do, but she just seems to have a comfort that's way above her years, even way above her experience. Yeah, you're right, Troy. Yeah, I can't remember where it is in the song, but it's near the end, I think, right? It just has it has an operatic feel to it. And of course, that song kind of sort of does have an operatic feel too, those high parts, even when the original guys did it. We're talking about Unchained Melody. Yeah, at 8 years old. Yeah. Throw that in for good measure. Yeah, all that at 8 years old. It's unbelievable. She's been singing. Well, I got some videos where she was 6 years old and 7 years old, doing rehearsals and stuff like that. And she's not bad. But when she got to 8 and went to NGT, she turned it up about 10,000 notches. And ever since then, I think when she hit 10, 9 is when she did I Put a Spell on You. When she hit 10 and did Feeling Good in those two different venues, good night. Close the front door. She not only nailed those songs, she made those songs herself. You know what I haven't done yet? I got to do it. I got to do a Bublé with Angelina doing Feeling Good. I think I did do one of them. I've done so many videos now, I can't keep them straight. I was going to do it. I don't know if I did that. Oh, you know what it might be? Sometimes I do with the big stars like that. I do one and then it gets blocked. I can't put it up. They don't let me put it on. And, the weirdest thing? I got a copyright strike. The only one I've gotten, I got a copyright strike. It's almost gone now. They're gone after 60 days, I think, or 90 days. And I got only like 10 days left. Then I'm out of copyright jail. The I got a copyright strike for. I was looking for obscure videos of Angelina, and I visited Tyler Butler Figueroa's site, who played with her on AGT, that final song. And he was a little violinist guy, and he was an entertaining little fella. And I went to his site, and there was a video there of Angelina practicing with him. That's why I went there. I did a video, and I got copyright striked for doing that video. I wrote to his people, his site, and his business email, and asked them to reconsider, the strike thing. They didn't actually do it. I think YouTube does it, but based on certain rules and regulations and guidelines, I guess. And I asked them if they would feel that they could go to bat for me with YouTube and say something. You wouldn't really mind if I did it, but they never got back to me. And nothing ever happened. I'm assuming nothing ever came of it if they did anything, and I don't know if they did anything. So we'll let that one go. Yeah, Steve. This next decade, this is the crucial one. This is the trouble one. Remember the curse of 27, right? I hate to even say it, but it's an actual thing. How many artists we've lost when they were 27? So I'm going to be watching, if I'm still here, which I hope to be, during those times. And like I said, I'm going to be here. So regardless of what happens, I'm on Angelina's side. So let's, hopefully she can navigate through all this celebrity, fame, money, freedom. Eventually she'll probably break away from her family, I would guess, at some point in time. I wouldn't be surprised if she wanted to have a boyfriend, maybe even start a family at some point. I think somebody was speculating at one time that, she may get to a certain point in her life where she wants to settle down, have a family, and have it be quiet and peaceful, and step away from music for a while. I support her. I don't want her to go, and break my heart, but she has the right to live her life and be happy and have what she wants, or follow her dreams. And if that's something she has to do, then I'm with her. Like I said, don't want it to happen, but if it does, it does. Since we gone in a big conversation, I came on here without telling anybody, just to see if I could live stream from my phone, and here I am. I haven't gone anywhere yet. I think I'm going to miss my 8:30 appointment for live streaming, because I'm already live streaming. If Angelina Jordan doesn't get the fame and success she deserves, I would give up on music for a second. I hear you, Troy. You won't have to give up. It's going to happen. I think she'll sing the rest of her life and have a family. I think so too. But sometimes you wonder, the time when you have the baby and you want to be with the baby, and I don't know how many kids you got, if you have any kids at all. But man, when the baby comes, that changes things. And most of us have to go work for a living, so you're not there all the time. But especially mothers. Mothers are nurturers. Fathers can chip in where they can, but mothers are the nurturers. Fathers can say they are, and some are stay-at-home fathers and so on. But mothers are the nurturers. You can't fight nature, and that's a drive too. Just think about Grandma Mary and Sarah, how much they've done for Angelina. They've lived their life essentially to provide for Angelina and Juliet, and they let them be able to follow their dreams. That's what they have. They've dedicated their life to that. So they lived their life up to a certain point, and then afterwards, now they dedicate their life to their kids. My mother did basically the same thing. She lived a life. She had a great life after us kids were grown up, but still, if it came between, if there was something going with the family, that was her top priority always. She always knew what was going on. She wasn't a busybody or nosy, but she always knew what was going on, sometimes through secondary sources and tertiary sources. But, I wish Angelina, I think she'll be the greatest mom ever. Should she go that route? I hope it doesn't happen too soon for her or unexpectedly in some way, but I think that she is a wonderful person, and I think she'll be a great mom. and I think she'll raise great kids. Troy of War, because surely we're not crazy, and what we do is greatness. Adair, I hope she has a career as long and as successful as Dolly Parton. Boy, that's a long one too for Dolly. And Robert Palmer, I second that, Adair. Both are good people and great artists. Yeah, you know, that's what we could hope for Angelina. And that they have a happy home life. They have some children. Have a great relationship with somebody. Um, you know, none of it's easy. But I think her nature seems to be as such that hopefully she'll make good choices. You know, when she sings all the love songs about, the things that happen in love and the trials and tribulations, I just don't know where she draws from to get that. Because she was singing that before she even could have relationships with anybody of any substance, but it sounds like she knows, right? She's been through it, and that's what we talk about her maturity as a person. It's extraordinary. It really is. Yeah, Steve Ackerman, you got it right. Yeah, you can't keep the cream from floating to the top. That's for sure. Dolly sends books to every child born in Tennessee from Adair. Oh, that's awesome. Troy got a award. Too much Steve's something. Oh, smiley face, but I can't see it too good. Steve Ackerman, Adair Martin, awesome. Hadn't heard that. Yeah, me either. That is great. Steve Ackerman, Steve's rule. No, guess what? Yeah, Steve's aren't bad, are they? Steve's are biased too. Oh, Steve's are biased for Steve's. There's 3 named Steve here. Yeah, well, we can't help it. We're like drawn together by our name. We're all brothers. Brothers and Steve. Because you know what? I don't know too many Steves around where I live, to be honest. I know some on here. I don't think I can name you another Steve anywhere that I know in my life right now. And haven't for some time. I don't know, just aren't any. And I don't know about you, Steve. My mother's gave me the name Steve, Stephen, Stephen. But I was called Steve by most people. Steve 1711 went to a meeting recently. There were 5 Steves in a Was it a meeting of Steve? Yeah, PH. Yeah, well, that's kind of the formal Steve. We're kind of less formal these days, I guess. Especially here on this. But subtly. Yes, Stephen. Do you spell that with a V-E-N? No. You can spell it that way if you want to, but here, this is the proper way. Steve asking Steve what he thinks about Steve. Troy, if you were a Steve, you'd understand. Although I got to say, there probably aren't a lot of Troys around either. That's a fairly unique name, I would think. I think it's an old Gits name, like me. I'm also a Steven. Oh, really? Yeah, I guess you're right. It's for the old guys. It was apparently it was a classy name at one time, because here we are. Yeah, Troy, we can bow you in, okay? You're now an honorary Steve. Really, in your country? What country's that? Norway? Are you from Norway? Okay. In my country, I'm the only Troy. Yeah, maybe. Adair. I guess I need... Adair, where you been? You're supposed to speak up earlier so we don't talk like that about you. Not about you, with you. Oh, Adair. I don't know. I'll tell you what. I do not know any other Adair. Never heard of the name Adair before until you started talking on or started commenting on my site. I don't know where that comes from, but it's a kind of a cool name. It's cool to have a different name. Although like I said, I don't know any Steve, so kind of I'm different where I am. On here we got a cluster of Steves, I guess, or a gaggle or a herd. I don't know what you want to call it. Um, yeah, you can come in, Adair. Yeah, well, you can be a Steve too. How's that? Now we got 6 people watching this, and they're either Steves or honorary Steves tonight. I think. Who are we missing? Anybody else? Steve, Troy, Adair. Maybe do I count? I don't know if I count or not. Robert's here. Oh, Robert left. I don't know. Robert, you can be a Steve if you want to, but Robert's not a bad name. Actually, there's no bad names. Well, I don't know, guys. I think we've kind of milked this one dry. Now when it gets down to we're giving people honorary first names. I think it's time to go home. Troy, God, I don't like saying my country since I'm the only one. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Robert Palmer, you're still here. Not saying nothing about the Steve thing, so I'm gonna just leave it be. Let the sleeping dog lie, right? So, yeah. Well, you got Robert. You got the name of that. What was that song? Robert Palmer with the "Addicted to Love," I think, right? Way back in the day, with the girls dressed in the what would you call that? The black skirts, black top, and kind of a, I don't know. They had black hair too, I think, right? Is that right? They were simply dressed, fairly sexy, I would say. Kind of a unique look for that time. Yeah, it's a good practice one. You know, Steve, I didn't know if I could keep talking for it. It's been an hour and 21 minutes so far. I didn't know if I could keep talking that long, but I guess it hasn't been too much of a problem. Of course, I got you guys helping me out a lot. If there was nobody on here and nobody talking, I don't know what we would do. And I think we're going to be okay with it. Plus, I think the excitement of the moment will probably boost things up a bit. I don't drink, my friend. I told you. No, I don't drink. I don't drink or do drugs. The only drugs I do are heart medications and enlarged prostate medication. Tamsulosin is what I take. And I also take metoprolol, lisinopril, baby aspirin, and atorvastatin. Those are my drugs of choice. I don't take any fake any drugs, pleasure drugs. Robert, we'll see you, my friend. Thanks for stopping in and talking with us. It's been kind of fun actually, and I appreciate all your words of wisdom. You're a good man, Robert. Steve, you're going to take off too. Thanks, Steve. Thanks for all your help too, by the way, buddy. It's been a pleasure talking with you and a pleasure meeting you, and I hope everything is going to work out great. Pretty sure it will. Troy, good night. And Steve 1721 in the UK, Adair. Adair is a common name in the UK, huh? I've never heard of it. Steve Ackerman, I think you can talk forever. Well, you know what? I haven't tried it yet. But if I don't shut up tonight, I might just keep on going until tomorrow, see what happens. Good night. I was named after my uncle. It was his last name. Oh, that's interesting. Steve 1711. Should it be Martin Adair? I don't know. Adair, what do you think? Robert Palmer. I didn't mean to turn you on. Addicted to Love and many. Yeah, many other ones. Yeah. See you in Portsmouth. Okay, Robert. Thank you very kindly, sir. I think Steve will be in touch with you if we need any of your assistance that you offered. Thank you, my friend. Bye-bye. Yeah, thanks, Steve. 1711. Have a good night, buddy. Thanks for stopping in and thanks for being here. That was a lot of fun, actually. Yeah, it's been an hour and 24 minutes. Yeah, that's probably long enough. Troy, God of War. Choose one. Steve 1711. Bye, Steve 1711. Adair. Good night. See you, Adair. Jesus, we almost spent the day together. And half the night. That was fun, Adair. You have a good night now, buddy. Nice chatting with you tonight. Troy, I guess we're going to have to get out of here. It's just you and me now, I think. We're getting down to the nubs. Adair's going. Steve's the 1711's going. Robert's going. Steve Ackerman is going, I think. Steve, are you going? Steve Ackerman? Yeah, we might as well pull the plug tonight. That was a good one. Thanks, guys. It was a practice run that I thought personally, I think it went pretty well. And I don't know what I'm going to do when these messages fly by quicker if there's more people. I understand they go pretty fast sometimes. That might be a little tricky, but I'll figure out something. All right, guys. Thanks for coming, and we'll see y'all on the next one, okay? Bye-bye.